on this morning. I'm going to begin by talking about a very serious topic here. A racist employee who resigned from DOGE, I guess they call it DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, was reinstated by Elon Musk after he made insulting remarks toward black people and other minorities. And after intervention by J.D. Vance, because Musk thinks he's the president and he thinks he's the vice president at the same time. So, according to USA Today, the article reads as follows: Musk reinstates Doge staffer who resigned over racist post after J.D. Vance leads the outcry. Give me a moment. Okay, we're right back. Let's get down to the heart of this story. So, coming out of Washington, D.C., an article written in USA Today by Joey Garrison. Elon Musk said Friday that a Department of Government Efficiency staffer who resigned this week after social media posts surfaced of him advocating for racism and eugenics was reinstated. The move came after Vice President J.D. Vance led an outcry for his return. Isn't it ironic that racism, racemania, and bigotry is on parade in this administration? So it's okay to be a racist. It's okay to be a bigot, but it's not okay to stand up for people's civil rights. It's not okay to advocate for justice and equality and fairness for all people. But it's okay to be a bigot and it's okay to be a racist. And if you're black, you're going to be fired. But if you're a white, bigoted Nazi, you can keep your job. This is what's going on here. He will be back. Listen to this. Now listen to this trying to preach to us coming from a Nazi. He will be brought back. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Musk wrote on X in response to a post by Vance calling for Marco Eliezer, 25-year-old software staffer, to rejoin Doge. We don't need a Nazi, a bigot, an individual who supports apartheid telling us that to err is human and to forgive is divine. These people don't get to insult us and raise hell and call us every type of disgusting name and then try to preach to us. This is hypocrisy on the highest order. Elise resigned from Doge after the Wall Street Journal inquired about racist comments made on a deleted social account linked to him. Vance spoke out Friday in favor of release, and President Donald Trump later said he was with Vance in calling for his reinstatement. Of course he would be. If you're so proud of what you wrote, why would you delete it? That's what cowards do. Bold people stand by the statements. Bold people don't back down for nobody because he knew it was wrong. And these people can say and do whatever they want because they think they have autonomous power. And they think it's okay. But what they don't realize is that black people across America, we're not going back to Jim Crow. We're not going back to segregation. We're not going back to a time when lynching was the norm of the day and it was acceptable. That's why I hate barbecues. That's why I hate picnics. You get into the essence and the reality of what picnics really mean, and you'll never go to another picnic again. Barbecue came from taking black people and barbecuing them and just slicing them up and feeding them to their animals. To hell with that. We ain't going for this garbage no more. And let me tell you something, you spineless black men and women throughout this nation, you better stop shaking your behinds and going along and being lulled to sleep by video games and all this other stupid stuff while your civil rights are being stripped from you, your freedom is being stripped from you, your constitutional rights are being stripped from you. You're being lulled to sleep through coonish black entertainers who are nothing more than puppets being used to destroy the very fabric and infrastructure of the black family, the black unit. Racism is on parade. We're not going to shop where you don't like us. Every major corporation that has deinstituted DEI policies, but see, people love their lattes. They love going to Starbucks. They love doing these things. During the civil rights movement, the reason why Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and all the people succeeded is because they had unity. Well, guess what? A wake up call is being sounded. Get on your post. Here's my view. I obviously disagree with some of Elisa's posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life, Vance said in a Friday post on X. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people ever. So I say bring him back. If he's a bad dude or a terrible member of the team, fire him for that. Well, if that same idiot, if that same racist had made the same disparaging remarks against Jewish people in the Jewish community, the ADL would be all over them and he would never get a job again. And you know it. We're not stupid. We're not blind. We see the racism and the bigotry and the segregated politics that's running throughout this nation. Wake up and get it together. Prepare for the midterm elections. Change the trajectory of Congress and hold these people accountable. As for comment on Vance's post during the White House press conference, Trump replied that he was not aware, of course not, of the particular thing, but then turned to his vice president seated in the front row and asked if he made the comment. After Vance acknowledged his comment, Trump added, "I'm with the vice president. I stand for justice. I stand for truth. You could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity," the account wrote in the September post. And in another post the same month, according to the journal, the account wrote, "Normalize Indian hate," in reference to another post on the large population of people from India and Silicon Valley. This is Vance right here. Let's look at this smug dude. It's okay. These are the same people said they were eating the dogs. They were eating the cats. They were eating the rats. They're going to take your children and kill them. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told the Journal that Elise resigned after the newspaper made inquiries about the social media posts. Musk's Doge had been rapidly moving throughout the federal government in the effort to slash spending and cut workers. That's a lie. What they're doing, they're trying to get all the money and stuff that they can steal so that they can give billionaires all the tax breaks that they want them to have. Representative Ro Hanna, a Democrat from California who is Indian American, took issue with Vance's remarks. Are you going to tell people to apologize for saying normalize Indian hate before his rehire? Just ask for the sake of both of our kids, Kahana wrote on X. He appeared to be referencing the vice president's children as well as his own. Vance's wife, Usha Vance, is the nation's first Indian American and Hindu second lady. Vance doubled down in response to the congressman. For the sake of both of our kids grow up, Vance said in the X post. Whatever. Racist trolls on the internet, while offensive, don't threaten my kids. You know what does. Listen, this is the VP. A culture that denies grace to people who make mistakes. A culture that encourages congressmen to act like whiny children. Vance asked, where was the grace and the mercy and the love for Kamala Harris? Where was the mercy and compassion for her? There was none. She was insulted from Hispanics. She was insulted from Arab Palestinians. She was insulted from every ethnic group of people because she was a black woman. There was no grace for her. And there will be no grace and mercy coming from us to stand up for what is right. We're not turning the other cheek. We're not bowing down. We're not scratching where we don't itch. We're not laughing when we don't feel like laughing. We are going to stand firm. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Live, because on this channel, I'm telling it the way it is. We're not playing games over here. This ain't one of these flimsy, pamsy, filthy, dirty YouTube channels. People want to hear all that trash and garbage and filth and perversion, go someplace else. But over here, I'm dealing with real issues, real topics, real life. Musk on Friday polled his ex-followers about whether the Doge employees should be brought back. 78% responded yes and 28% no. No, 78% of white racists said yes. See, I have to sift through this stuff and break it down. In other ex-posts, Musk lashed out at the journal reporter reported on Elise's post and resignation and said the reporter should be fired immediately. Why? Because we're going to stand over what is right? Because we're not going to bow down and kiss the golden calf? Because we're going to look at things the way they're supposed to be looked at? I wouldn't work for a bigot and racist like him. And the reason why he's hiring a bunch of young people because he can manipulate them. He can control them. He can make them do whatever he wants to do and threaten them if they don't. Start your own jobs. Start your own 501c nonprofit corporations. Everything that Elon Musk is credited with doing is somebody else's inventions. His governmental contracts is what has made him a billionaire. Don't think that he did this all on his own. Like the late Thomas Edison, the reason why they called him the world's greatest scientist is because he took everybody else's inventions and used them as his own. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for now, and I'll be back later on. Tyrone Bowman, never surrender, never quit. So subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Live. Thank you.